Yo, what's up, guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we're talking about Brazil versus Morocco. Let's go right into it. Listen up, guys. This is Brazil versus Morocco. The first match of Brazil, the first match of Morocco of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And I have a few things I'm going to talk about, man. Since the first half, Morocco was attacking, punishing Brazil. Oh my gosh, I've never seen Morocco attack so much. Dude, it's been it was really really harsh for Brazil because Morocco was attacking one after the other. They were very strong in the first half. They were so strong that they scored in the 21st minute. It was absolutely insane to see Morocco and how they were playing. But I do have a few complaints about Brazil. Brazil, man, they were not they were not great at passing. They were losing so many balls. They were losing so many passes. They were missing so much, so much. So Morocco, they had an absolutely amazing control of the ball, and they capitalized on Brazil's mistakes as well. So Morocco was creating opportunities. They were attacking and they were capitalizing every time Brazil made a mistake. Brazil was fumbling so much. And in the first 20 minutes, it was only Morocco, and Brazil was dead. 21st minute, Ismail Saibari scored a very good goal against Brazil, I'll tell you that. And Brazil just, what can I say? They were they were missing so many passes. I did not like what Thiago was doing. I think Thiago, he didn't play great. He was heavy and he wasn't controlling the ball. He was losing many opportunities as well. But once Vinny Jr. was dedicated, dude, the game changed. So from the beginning, Rafinha was a little bit invisible, but he was running the whole pitch. It's insane to see how much stamina Rafinha has. And he wasn't playing in his normal position either, but he was covering the whole pitch and he was being very very heavily marked. It was absolutely insane. But then Vini Jr., he came in clutch with a bomb of a shot. It was estimated at 113 kilometers per hour. That was absolutely insane. He dribbled inside the area and took his shot with little angle, and it was really good. What a great shot. So, those were the only two goals of the match. Brazil won, Morocco won, and Vini Jr. absolutely insane goal. I think Vini was playing his best, not his best, but at the best level that he could. Granted that he had no support from his teammates, and he had no support. People were not creating opportunity or even positioning themselves so that Vini Jr. could pass to them. So in that case, he was with the mentality, I need to do it by myself. Morocco was really playing beautifully. I'll be honest with you. Brazil's defense was absolutely, they were working very hard. Brazil's defense was very, very good, but they were lacking in the passing. The pass accuracy was the biggest culprit here. But I think Brazil's defense, they did what they needed to do. And Morocco attacked so much, but the defense was able to control it. It was a very tough match. And Morocco, the African champions, they were there to win. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. But, Brazil, they were not doing so well until they had some subs. They changed up the game a little bit. They removed Casemiro and Thiago. I think they should have left Casemiro. He was actually doing a few good. He was playing well, but he did have a yellow card, so it was best to remove him. But Thiago, I don't think he was playing a good match this evening. And honestly, I think that change was actually good with Thiago Henrique, Mateus Cunha. They were creating opportunities over at the right, and it was absolutely a game changer. But then the Morocco coach used his big brains, changed things up, and got control back to Morocco, which was absolutely impressive to see. Morocco gained back control in the second half, and they were attacking Brazil. Listen, Brazil had so many corners, so many opportunities. They didn't capitalize on it. Morocco had so many opportunities as well. They didn't capitalize. They were attacking so much. They had so many corners as well. They had so many free kicks. And honestly, listen, I have a feeling that uh, there were a few things that were yellow cards for Morocco, but they didn't get one card. That was a little bit interesting to see because there were tough fouls there on both sides. They were both aggressive. Brazil, starting off, they were already aggressive, which is absolutely insane because they don't need to be as aggressive as they were because they had the game under control when it came to the defense. But at the same time, it felt like they were losing control a little bit. Um, let's take a look at the stats over here. We have 13 shots from Morocco against 8 shots from Brazil. 5 shots on target for Brazil against 4 shots on target for Morocco. We have 54% of ball possession for Brazil, which is impressive because um, it didn't look like that, at least from the first half. But here we go. 46% for Morocco, 499 passes for Brazil, and 473 passes for Morocco. The pass accuracy was 87% for Brazil and 88% for Morocco, which is impressive because, you know, Brazil lost many, they missed many passes, and that created some opportunities for Morocco. Um, that last, I think, towards the second half, there was a very bad pass that led to a Moroccan player um, taking a shot from outside the area where our goalkeeper went, grabbed the ball, left the ball hanging, and then slapped it off the Morocco player's foot. So that was actually a very good pass from the Brazilian player to the Morocco side. But, they were missing so many passes, and it felt like they didn't control the ball. It was insane. It was insane. It was a tough match. 16 fouls for Brazil, 14 for Morocco. 2 yellow cards for Brazil, which was Casemiro and Thiago, um, and 0 for Morocco. But I do think they deserved a little bit more of yellow cards. There were some times that they were kicking shins there, but, didn't happen. 6 corners for Brazil should have been a goal. But I will tell you one thing: the Morocco goalkeeper was absolutely goated in this game. He saved Morocco so many times. He really saved Morocco because Brazil could have scored a little bit more if it wasn't for him. And there were so many shots that he definitely saved. But 2 corners for Morocco as well. Here are the standings. Morocco is standing in first, Brazil in second. They both have 1 point. Scotland and Haiti are playing today. I will be watching the highlights because it's 1 a.m. here. So, yeah. Let's see if I have any notes. My moderator, Whiplash, says one thing is certain: Morocco is the best team in the world. The first 20 minutes of games. 1-1 Morocco versus Norway. In the last friendly, 1-1 Brazil in the World Cup. So that's a very good performance for Morocco. And honestly, a lot of people were saying that that Morocco was gonna in the comments people were saying, "Oh, Morocco is gonna beat Brazil because you know the conditions." Wait, actually, it was the opposite. They were saying the conditions were against Morocco, and Brazil was gonna beat Morocco because of the conditions and stuff like that. But honestly, there's no excuse. Morocco did a great job with conditions or without conditions. They said that odds were against Morocco. Now, Morocco is a team for you to look out for. They are the champions, and they were not intimidated by Brazil. They were not at all intimidated, especially like after the first goal, they gained confidence. But then, Vinny Jr. came with that incredible shot. But hey, this was a tie. Honestly, Brazil was struggling to keep that tie. It could have been worse for Brazil. It could have been worse. I feel like Morocco was very dangerous and Brazil was lucky to not lose the match. At least they got 1 point. And I I have my reservations when it comes to what Ancelotti is doing. He didn't play Endrick, and he played Rafinha in a different position, and I feel like they were playing so differently from what they had planned on the friendlies. Because the friendlies they were playing Rafinha to the right, where Vinny Jr. is, and they were playing um, very differently. I don't know. But one thing is for sure, Brazil needs to land their passes. They need to practice pass accuracy because they cannot be losing possession, especially against a team like Morocco, who is strong in the counter attack. And one thing I also would love to see is people, the players, opening up for Vini Jr. to be able to pass the ball. Because whenever Vini Jr. has the ball, he loses possession, man. It's just, he tries to dribble, he loses possession. And he tries to pass, there's nobody there to support him. He's completely isolated and he feels like he needs to dribble because nobody's there to support him. Um, as a teacher myself, I would give a tip to Ancelotti: make the team play basketball for a week, and they will learn how to open up position. Because you can't just stand in your own position waiting for the ball to come to you. You need to open up. You need to create opportunities. You need to lose the defender. You need to be able to move. So take a lesson from basketball, and you'll learn how to lose the defender that way. Um, Another thing that I found interesting was that wait, I just lost my train of thought over here. What was I about to say? I don't know. It's 1 a.m. It's almost 1:30. There was something peculiar that I was about to mention, which was regarding the. I don't know. I completely forgot. I was talking about basketball here, and I forgot the train of thought here. But I would love to see them play Endrick more. He didn't play them because in the friendly, Endrick was a key player scoring for Brazil. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what they were doing here. But anyways, if I remember anything else, I'll let you know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And I feel like it was it wasn't the worst result, but it was disappointing a little bit because if they had tied up the passes and if they had capitalized on their opportunities, then I think Brazil could have won the match. But Morocco, they were tough. They were super tough. So they deserve credit where credit is due. Congratulations to Morocco. Amazing game, amazing match. And let me know your thoughts, guys. What did you think of the match? Do you agree or disagree with me? And I'll see you on the next video. If I remember what I was trying to say, I'll say it in the comments down below. Take care, guys. See you soon. And let's go watch some partying between the Morocco fans and the Brazil fans. You guys keep on supporting each other when it comes to a party and celebrate this 1 point each. Take care. Bye bye.